So the round robin section is over, and Mark Selby sealing his place with that final win, 3-1 over Chris Wakelin, and he's actually finished top of the table. And on the other table, Gary Wilson, he beat Kyron Wilson 3-0. He sort of crept into the tournament office hoping for good news from the Selby match. Of course, Selby needed to win 2 frames there. Didn't get any, of course, but he'll be back for the next group. He finished in 5th, as you can see. We had 4 players on 4 points. Selby top, all on the frames. Wilson 2nd, Chris Wakelin 3rd, and Ali Carter in 4th. So Gary Wilson in 5th will come back for Group 3 in a month's time. Matt Selt and Ryan Day have been relegated. So the semi-finals on Table 2, it's Kyron Wilson against Chris Wakelin, and here on Table 1, it's Mark Selby against Ali Carter. Of course, they did play a couple of hours ago now, and it was 3-0 to Selby then. But of course, Carter had already qualified, and there was one shot he played. He was snooker behind the green, just sort of whacked the cue ball into the reds. I don't think he'll be playing shots like that in this match. This is straight knockout. It's best of 5 now. First to 3. It's £300 a frame. Of course, the player's guaranteed £1,000 as well for reaching the semi-finals. 2,000 the runner-up, 3,000 the winner, plus they come back in the winners group. So this is where it gets really serious. You can watch Kyron Wilson and Chris Wakelin live on the Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel. Not to be on that red, but it was kind of typical Selby in a way, wasn't it? He went into that match possibly going to miss out on the playoffs, and he's ended up, Dominic, finishing top.
Yes, and I have to say, Chris Wakelin had chances to win that match. 3-0, missed 2 fairly simple plants into the same right-hand corner pocket. And he was amongst the balls and going well. Mark Selby capitalised. Mistake from Ali Carter there. That was a chance for him as well. Now, what has he left?
Of course, Selby came in late today. He didn't start until the 3rd match, but in fact, the 4th match it was, wasn't it? But he's looking very sharp. Scored heavily, of course, and looking dangerous, and looking like a man eyeing victory here tonight. Work out. He just sort of flicked off a red thin there, so
3.
It's a promising opening.
Back Selby 3.
Yes, as I say, Mark Selby would easily have lost that previous match to Chris Wakelin, who spurned a few very good opportunities, but Mark Selby did play very well in response to those mistakes. He made breaks of 119, 73 and 89.
Just show you what's happening on Table 2. This is the other semi-final, Kyron Wilson and Chris Wakelin. When they played yesterday, Kyron Wilson for the record won 3-0, but we saw in the first group that it's not always the case that people who play the best in the group section play the best in the knockout. It's a bit different in this group because there's 4 players all have reached this stage with 4 points. That's on the Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel.
And of course the mindset changes now for these semi-final playoffs, because of course it's a straight knockout. The group matches are over, so whoever wins goes through to the final. Whoever loses will be coming back in a month's time to contest Group 3.
Yeah. Well, the resigned walk back to his seat, giving Selby a second chance in this frame.
Took a risk there.
One.
Had he been on the black, it would have been a wonderful opportunity. Just needed that one cannon to work out well, and it hasn't. So Ali Carter will come back to the table, just 4 points behind.
Selby 1.
Red spaced absolutely beautifully, so the safety exchange between the two players of critical importance, really.
Carter not quite with it yet. Of course, Selby's had a match in the last hour or so. Straight back on again. Carter was just sort of kicking his heels in the players' room, waiting to go on. So third scoring visit for the 4 times world champion. Spotted something on the white. John Pellew is going to step in. Nice pot though.
Yeah, and you can see from that overhead the red just below the pink occupying the pink spot. Now if Mark Selby can get onto that from this green, he could really be in clover, because that would free the pink spot up. The pink would be available into multiple pockets. The black is available, but it's tricky to get onto now. And if it was Mark Selby's intention to play for the black, he's just played the perfect positional shot to the red.
Five.
He's okay on this red to the right corner. He can stun into the red just above it and hold for the black. But Mark seems to want to play this red to the centre pocket instead.
13.
Wants better position on his next red. Just lining up with the cue where he wants the cue ball to be.
$20. 21.
It just feels like he's made his move in this competition. As I say, he looked like he might miss out on the top 4, but he's finished top and looking the stronger already in this match. He's never actually won the Championship League. He was runner-up in the first 2 editions. 2008, Joe Perry beat him in the final. 2009, Judd Trump was the winner. Trump was only 19 then. That was his first real breakthrough.
29.
Beating a great player already at that point in the professional final. Of course, they played a couple of years later in the China Open final. Trump won that as well, went to the World Final, and has been a top star ever since. We'll see him in a later group.
36. 37. 43. 44. 51. 52.
A glance at the scores tells him that pink and one more red required for the opening frame. And Ali Carter, if he's going to mount a challenge, has to tighten up in all areas.
58. 59.
Yes, Ali will be feeling a little bit disappointed with himself, the way he's played this first frame. But the difference is Mark Selby's just come off a 3-1 victory just minutes before this match began, so he has all the
65.
momentum, and of course he still has the focus and concentration still there.
66. 73. 74.
Well, he's already made 5 centuries in the Championship League in a day and a half.
$77. 78. 85. 86.
Mark Selby closing in on 800 career centuries, something I'm sure he'll achieve during the course of the remainder of the season.
Well, it might be very soon, because with the 5 he's already had, he's on
93.
794, so possibly next week, depending on if he can get a couple here this evening. Might be one here.
95. 98.
So there were a couple of false starts from Selby in this frame, but he made more than the most of this chance. Brilliant break. And another century, 6 so far in the Championship
102.
League for Selby. And remember, this is only his 7th match.
$107.
Obviously, Ali Carter's 142 not under threat.
113. 114.
A lovely clearance
120
that from
first
Mark
frame.
Selby, 120 to take the opening frame and lead the semi-final 1-0. So Mark Selby's made career century 795. That's his 6th of this Championship League. He's 21st of the season.
Mark.
Leads 1-0, best of
That's
5.
gone over then. That's what's happened. Okay. The cursor has gone wrong.
Ah, well, there's a slight issue with the
Yeah, it is.
scoreboard, but now we can
Second frame, Mark
get
Selby
second
to
frame
break.
underway. Yeah, John Pellew, the referee, in his hand, he's got the remote control that operates the arena scoreboard.
Well, there may be a potable red on for Ali Carter. I beg your pardon. Yes, Ali Carter into this left corner. But the problem is the cue ball cannon into the black. Attacking safety shot there from Ali Carter. Could have done without the cannon on the green, but I don't see any particularly potable reds for Mark Selby to go at. Oh, dice with death there. Just missed the cannon on the blue, which could have been a catastrophe for Mark Selby, but what a good cue ball he's got now. Tight on the bolt cushion. Ali Carter yet to pot his first ball in this match. Under increasing pressure to do so.
Meantime, table 2, Chris Wakelin, 13 in front here. So needs green and brown to win the opening frame against Karen Wilson.
21.
Wakelin only just survived Group 1, didn't he? It was out of his hands. Noppen Sengam, if he'd have beaten Stuart Bingham, Wakelin would have been relegated. In the end, he held on for 5th place, which earned him another go in Group 2. And here he is, taking the lead in the semi-finals against Karen Wilson, who, of course, lost also in the semi-finals earlier in the week.
Bertie.
Seemed to have won a few close frames today, Wakelin, and there's another one. So 1-0 it is to him.
Just wait then.
Just sneaking in behind the yellow. There's a red in the middle of 3 to the left of the black. I just wonder if that middle one may cut into the corner pocket here. Mark's looking at something else. As he's going to take this on, he can get a lot of backspin out of the cue ball with effortless ease. No, just the screw back directly into bulk. Important that Ali Carter's safety is up to standard here against Mark Selby, because you can rely on Mark Selby's safety game to be good. He needs to match it. Ali's played a containing safety there. He knows he's going to be leaving Mark Selby a choice of pots. He's banking on Mark Selby not being able to get onto a colour and therefore not taking a red on. He seems to be taking this one on. Well, took a chance, Ali, but he was proved right. And here's his best opportunity of the match so far.
Yeah, at the moment pink and black out of commission.
6. Seven.
Just couldn't generate enough
12.
power in the cue ball there to advance it up the table far enough. Still has the odd potable red on, but getting on to the colour isn't straightforward here. There could be a red on into this left corner though. I found that one from somewhere. I'd be pretty happy with the position to the yellow. But this isn't an easy break to make, as Dave has suggested, with pink and black out of commission. Just see that red sticking out there.
It's one of these, it could be a real scrap just to make 40 here, but he can get himself a nice lead in the frame. Ball's awkward, it'd
15.
be useful to have the advantage. Carter, like Selby, yet to win the Championship League, runner-up 2013 to Martin Gould. He's always, wherever it's been held, he's always turned up. Of course, Crondon Park in Essex was a great venue for him for many years. He only lived about 15 minutes away.
16.
Wrong side of the blue again here, Ali. If he tries to force a cue ball in and out of bulk, that green that's on the bulk cushion just could be in his way. So he may just choose to leave his nets red from mid-distance. Similar to the last attempt, this time I don't think he's on
21.
anything except a tricky red just below the black into the left corner, which positionally doesn't hold any value.
Ali Carter, 21.
No, as we said, it was hard work where the big colours were, so break ends at 21. Cue ball all important there, obviously opening balls up, and you can see from little tap from Selby that it was a good one.
Mark Selby has flirted with that blue a couple of times. This time cannons it nearly 4 balls, so another opportunity here, but of course Mark Selby is now cannon the blue into a safer position. So position from reds to colour, very difficult here. Ali felt he had to try and bring the pink into play.
1.
Well, he's not too badly on the yellow. as I say, he really will need to take a risk to try and bring pink or black into play here to have any chance of scoring heavily.
Ali Carter, 1.
Well, reading between the lines, I don't think he was too impressed with that. Selby's nothing if not patient. He may not win the frame, of course, in this visit, but he can get himself potentially into the lead. Pink and black still no good where they are.
Six.
There are a few loose reds still to go at.
Yes.
Selby's finished in a handy little spot there. If he played a deep screw, he could get that cue ball into the black and the 3 reds below it and really develop things. Does he want to take that risk? I really do feel he needs to. No, just playing it safe, trying to get back into the frame. Now, that's the problem, you see. He's still 10 or 15 points behind before that blue went in. So he wants to get back into the frame before he takes those risks. I can't help feeling more attacking players such as your Judge Trumps would certainly have played that shot into the reds.
$18. 19. 24. 25.
Takes a narrow lead. Mark Selby just pots the 2 open reds into the left corner with blues. He'll also all of a sudden
30.
have a handy little lead given the position of the other 3 reds. Just got to pick the
31.
right time to try and develop some of these awkward balls.
$36. $37.
Well, that's not bad either. I don't think Mark Selby will play for the red on the top cushion. He's got a good angle here to avoid that red. Take the cue ball into the black and the two reds with top spin. A trace of right-hand side. Wow, that's not bad. The red is very potable. If you can stun the cue ball across towards
42.
the pink spot, you'll be on the black. So key shot coming up here.
Yeah, and he's 20 in front, so he needs 2 reds, 2 blacks. He'd be 36 in front with 35 on, but it starts with this pot. Extension on the cue, the extended rest. These nasty little shots. It wriggles home.
43.
Mark has chosen to play
50.
for this tricky red along the top cushion. Now he's going to have to play it with a little bit of pace to be nice on the black. Yeah, very well
51.
executed again. This is good stuff from Mark Selby.
Black and Carter needs a snooker, and when he came to the table, you know, the balls were not nice, were they? They were not lying good. He just worked it all out in the way he so often does. Very impressive this. It won't be the highest break of the match of the week, but it's been a very
58.
impressive one to watch. Just the way he sorted it all out.
$59. $61.
Well, all 4 semi-finalists have won ranking titles, but Mark Selby
63.
has got 22 of them to his name. Carter and Wilson 5 each. Of course, Chris Wakelin, the shootout last year, was his one. This man takes some beating when you get to the
Mark
business
Selby,
end of a tournament,
63.
and he's produced a fantastic break there,
On the
considering
three.
where the balls were when it started. 63 to lead Ali Carter 2-0. Yeah, 63 the break from Selby,
Thank you.
but it's just
Third
the way he
frame.
made it from
Ali
the
Carter, the
starting
break.
position with black and pink tied up, reds on the cushion. Very impressive stuff. 2-0, he leads the semi-final, so Ali Carter needing to recover here. He's not got the best record against Selby and Leicester last year at the WST Classic, which was a ranking event. They played in the semi-finals. Selby beat him 5-0. Earlier today here he beat him 3-0. So in this venue he's won the last 10 frames against Ali Carter. I mean, he's on home soil, I know, but that's still impressive.
How much belief does Ali Carter still have that he can overcome this deficit? Small stepping stones. He needs to win this third frame first of all, and then of course there'll only be one frame between them, so it's still on the cards that he could win this match still. He's a player with terrific pedigree, twice a world finalist, multiple ranking event winner. Now will Mark Selby be tempted to have a go at this red to the left corner? He can stun across the face of the pink for position on the black. It's incredibly cued. I don't believe for a moment Mark Selby wanted that cue ball the other side of the black there. Just didn't kill the pace of it sufficiently. He'd be disappointed. Great red.
Yellow ball. Mark Selby, 1.
Table 2, Karen Wilson attempting to fight back here, but Chris Wakelin needs 2-0. So Karen Wilson, of course, lost in the semi-finals of Group 1 on Wednesday. He's hoping to avoid a similar fate here. Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel with Table 2 coverage for you.
15.
Mark Selby won't want to risk tying up the black here. He'll be a little bit careful not to do that. Just cannoning it towards the right hand corner pocket. This is another good safety. Typically, Ali Carter deciding to open the reds. He doesn't want Mark Selby to completely dominate him tactically, but that's what's happened in the first couple of frames, and that's gone wrong for Ali. This red is potable near the black. Oh, and Mark Selby trusted to a little bit of good fortune there. Well, he's had some. He's on the black, but he's hampered by the red. But maybe the pink is on as well to the right centre. Things looking good until that red just came off that side cushion in front of the cue ball.
It's a big shot, that, wasn't it? It almost felt like match ball in a strange way. You look where the reds are. You think if he gets that, he's probably, going to take the match out from what we've seen, but he didn't. So Ali Carter does at long last get a reasonable chance here. have to take it.
Well, the pink seems to have finished on the blue spot, amazingly. And I think the pink spot may be occupied. And I think, too, the black spot, so maybe this black will have to go on the brown spot next.
Nine.
Shouldn't be a problem. Potting the pink, getting that back onto its own spot will be a big help to Ali.
$15. 16. 22. 23.
So Selby made the early running and had that pink to the middle. Had that gone in, I'm sure he would have won. But of course, these are so short matches; they can turn around quickly. Such is the quality of the players involved. Felt like Carter needed a sort of straightforward chance. He's been on the back foot really throughout this match so far, but this is the chance he was looking for.
30. 36. 37.
2-1 next door. Karen Wilson's dominated the third frame there against Chris Wakelin. So 2-1 to Wakelin.
$44.
Just got a guard here against Elimencheras because he's building a nice lead. He's not too far away from securing the frame.
51.
Well, Ali's choice earlier on in this frame to play a thick safety shot and open the reds far and wide ended up benefiting him. Had a chance in the previous frame, but the colours were terribly positioned, as were a lot of the reds, and could only make 20-something from it before Mark Selby stepped in with that excellent break of 63.
$58.
So in goes frame ball pink. So barring a catastrophe, that should be 2-1.
64. 65. 71. 72. 78. 79.
'That's an angle to drop in behind this red here. He'll need a very good one with the rest to give himself a chance of a century break.
85.
'No matter, he's done what he had to do when Selby missed
85.
that pink. He's taken advantage. An
On the
85
frame,
break from Ali
Ali
Carter
Carter.
to reduce the deficit to 2-1. Ali Carter's come to the party. 85 the break in the third frame there.
Thank
First
you.
to 3,
Fourth
so
frame.
Mark Selby
Mark
needs
Selby
to win
to
this one,
break.
otherwise we go to a decider.
That's a really good break off from Mark Selby. Ali Carter will need to be very careful here to avoid cannoning other reds on return to bulk. He's managed it, but that's another attacking safety shot from him. Just look at the position of the reds in just 2 shots played. You don't see that very often, not these days. The red just below the pink. Mark can swing the cue ball around the angles now. Don't know if it passes the other red to the left corner. Oh, it did. Oh my goodness. Ali Carter probably cannot believe that his safety shot
1.
could be very costly. That was a terrific red from Mark Selby, but just spotting the shot and playing it that well was commendable, really. And you can see the cue ball here, it doesn't miss the cannon on the two reds near the side cushion by much.
Big shot coming up here on this yellow. They're all there if he pots it. And that was the pocket he missed that pink into, wasn't it, in the last frame? Different sort of shot. I said then it felt like frame ball, and that yellow kind of does as well. It's not as simple as that, of course. Anything can go wrong, but just look at the reds.
Four.
And that was an important red to get rid of as well. That just clears the black spot just that little bit more.
Eleven. 12. 19. 20.
I'm sure Carter is fearing the worst. There's a long way to go yet, but it's just the position of the balls. He's not really got to develop anything here. They're all there for him. And a couple of safe ones, of course, the bigger lead he builds are in his favour, because he wouldn't need them, Carter would.
Yeah, I'm sure Ali Carter feels he's played
27.
his last shot in this particular Group 2 of the BetVictor Championship League. Because when the reds are spread like this, if you're not on your intended red, the chances are you have 2 or 3 other possible reds. And somebody with the experience of Mark Selby, just don't expect to fail from a position like this. Can happen, of course.
$33.
Yeah, we've all seen all sorts missed all week, of course, and we've seen all sorts potted as well, but concentration in a moment like this is Selby's trademark, really, sensing the chance to cross the winning line. You just kind of feel you won't be taking his eye off anything, put it that way. Worth remembering that, you know, he nearly missed out on the playoffs. He went into his last match needing 2 frames. Of course, he won that match 3-1 against Wakelin. Who he may be playing again in the final, possibly. Wakelin's in front against Wilson in that frame, 37 points, 2-1 up in the match.
$40. 41.
Can screw back for red for right centre and also for the left corner. He should be on both of them. He's just played to stun the cue ball. His intention clearly to run up for the blue. It's looking all too easy now for Mark
47.
Selby. His confidence will be increasing with every shot he plays as the lead builds.
48. 53. 54.
Well, it looks like both semi-finals are coming to an end. Both matches. Chris Wakelin 53 in front, 51 on. That's the ball really that's going to stop Kyron Wilson coming back. So Chris Wakelin, he's going to be in the final this evening, and it looks very much like he'll play Mark Selby, who's 60 in front here with 75 on. So a couple more red colours needed. They know each other well, those two. Have practiced together many times, and it looks like they're going to play each other again. Wakelin's won that match 3-1. Selby looking to do the same here. This is the one. Well, 68 in front, so actually a snooker needed, but to stop Carter coming back, this is the one to put Selby in the final. And that is that. Pretty ruthless display from Mark Selby in this match. He's really come alive at the business end, and that's what he does in tournaments, of course. Be an interesting final, Dom.
Well, it will be, yeah. I think, obviously, Mark Selby,
76, yes.
one of the game's greatest players, will be heavy favourite. He did beat Chris Wakelin earlier on today by 3 frames to 1, so he'll have good thoughts going into the final.
Yeah, it wasn't long ago, was it? It was about 45 minutes ago. We're back on again to decide who joins Stuart Bingham in the winners' group. The first 2 of 7 places.
77. '84.
Made 120 break in the first frame, 63 in the second, with balls very awkward when he came to the table.
85.
And already up to 85 here. Can he develop these reds to potentially make another century? Well, he can't, so barring a trick shot, that's it. But it's a fine way to finish. He still wants to, to make this, doesn't he? Not happy with 90, it seems. Oh, what about that? Absolutely superb.
91.
That's quite incredible. What a pot that was. Why, you'd have to say he deserves a century. This is fantastic from Mark Selby. What a way to go into the final. Booking a new performance with century breaks in the first and the last frames.
98.
Well, where he left himself on the last 2 reds. I mean, to go on to make the century, amazing. So this is the ball. Yeah, superb stuff from the Leicester man, who on home soil will be taking on Chris Wakelin
105.
in the final here this evening.
107.
7 centuries now he's had over the 2 days. So he's done the heavy scoring.
110.
Yeah, matching Ryan Day's performance in the first group. 7 centuries in one group. It's good going. And of course, there could be more to come in the final.
114.
Yeah, I mean, he just has to start favourite. To be fair, he would against most players, but we'll see. Chris Wakelin will be delighted to have the chance to take him on. Of course, he won the shootout here at the Morningside, didn't he, last year? So they've both got happy memories of this venue. Ali Carter will have to be back in a month's time for Group 3.
125.
Quality finish from a quality player. 132 the clearance from Mark Selby.
Thank you very much.
2 centuries, an excellent break as well to win his other frame. Ali Carter did win the third, but it's Mark Selby who goes through to the final, a winner by 3 frames to 1. So the final of Group 2 of the BetVictor Championship League, it's Mark Selby against Chris Wakelin, and it's